Shalom. This is Shalomah from the Great Millstone, Atlanta Camp. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Hakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth who are today you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, to you I say Shalom. This is going to be a video about talks of race wars. I'm just going to put talks of race wars or talks of civil war. All right. So this is actually a news article. I'm not sure when this happened, but there were three police officers in North Carolina. They were fired because of things that they were saying over their camera. So they did an audit, and the chief overheard them saying things about race wars and getting guns and killing niggas. So I'm gonna play this video. It's like a minute and a half long, but hey, that's the spirit of Esau, man. Esau ready to go ahead and get this thing going. He has these militant groups. He got all these guns. He got all this ammunition. He didn't do this just to hold on to it and nothing happened. He is ready to use his ammunition on Jake. All right. Not only you so-called Negroes, but also you Native Americans and Hispanics as well. All right. So I'm gonna play the video.
Story. Tonight, 3 Wilmington, North Carolina police officers have been fired after a routine audit of a patrol car camera uncovered what authorities describe as extremely racist comments toward African Americans. Here's CBS's Jeff Pegues.
An internal probe by the Wilmington Police Department reveals hate-filled conversations with 3 veteran officers. Officer Kevin Piner is heard telling Corporal Jesse Moore that the protest would soon lead to a civil war, and that he is ready. He goes on to tell Moore that he was going to buy a new assault rifle, and soon we are just going to go out and start slaughtering them expletive N-words. Piner says a civil war is needed to wipe them off the expletive map. That'll put them back about 4 or 5 generations. Later, during a phone call with Piner, Moore refers to a woman he arrested as the N-word and says she needed a bullet in her head right then. Donnie Williams is the department's new police chief. He fired the officers on his first day.
When you talk about killing people and generations of people, that is disturbing.
According to investigators, the officers blame their comments on the stress of today's climate in law enforcement. CBS News has reached out to the police union and the 3 officers for comment. So far, they haven't responded. Jeff Pegues, CBS News, Washington.
All right, so these guys were fired, not arrested for terroristic threats. All right, that sounds like a terroristic threat. They making comments over the video or the cam, saying that they want to go out and just start slaughtering so-called Negroes. And talks about a woman that they arrested. She needed a bullet in her head. Hey, that's the spirit of these police officers today. And it's not even just the so-called white ones, it's the black ones also. All right, but look, what they're saying is actually true. They're ready for it. That's the Lord is putting the spirit on these so-called white people to feel like this about you. You Jakes, you Israelites. They want to get rid of you. Their time is up. Their kingdom is falling, and they want you to fall with them. They want you to fall first. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand. Who is there for the sword and their destruction?" That's talking about Esau, Edom. All right. Actually, it's talking about all of these people on the earth, but mostly Esau, Edom. That's the number one nation that's going to fall. It's going to fall the hardest when the rest of these other nations fall. All right. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It's not talking about an actual sword. You might have some, people like that with machetes or something, but these are talking about guns, grenade launchers, anything that can kill you that they can hold in their hand. All right, the sword is just the modern day gun. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. All right, so Trump called for a protest today for him possibly getting arrested. But they're not just going to be protesting. They're going to be burning things. People are going to get killed. They're going to get shot. And this whole thing can spiral out of control. But guess what? It's written to happen. Not saying it's going to happen now, but it is going to happen. It is going to happen. All right. I just want to say another thing. Us as prophets, the men of great millstone, starting with the elders and apostles on down, we're not condoning or promoting any type of violence. We're just letting you people know what's about to happen. Get right with the Lord. The Lord is the only way of salvation out of this destruction that's coming. Don't take actions in your own hands. Protect yourself with prayer and the power of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. All right, that's the way to go. Don't be out in the streets trying to come up against Esau with all his high technology and high powered guns he have. You will lose. All right, we have to be brave, but we have to be brave with sense, and we have to be brave with faith. All right, so I'm gonna continue. It says, for because there's verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so this is going to be in the midst of everything else going on. It's going to be plagues out here. It's going to be a famine. It's going to be the economy is going to crash. It's going to be people out here with the chip, but it's the people that don't have the implant. All right, they're going to just be they're not going to be able to buy food. All right. Also, if you go to 2nd Ezra 6, it talks about the stores being empty and people fighting over that. Friends fighting like enemies. As a matter of fact, let's get it. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and I believe it's verse 20 down to 22. And when the world shall begin to vanish away. Oh, okay, yeah, this is talking about right at the end. Verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. Yeah, they're gonna know that the missiles are on the way. They're gonna know that the missiles are on the way. They're gonna know that it's all out war. It's gonna be war everywhere. Verse 24, this is what I was getting at. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Yeah, everything's going to stop. Nothing's going to be flowing at the time. No money, none of that. It's going to be nothing but stealing and killing. All right, so as you saw in the video, Esau is ready for these moments. He's been geared up for this. All from the small to the old ones. They all have guns. They have hella weapons, hella artillery, and they ready to use them on you Jakes. And these are not my words. You saw what the officer said in the video. Even some of these people that's reporting this, they're agreeing with them. Yeah, this is just how they feel. The Lord is putting the spirit on them to be like this, and they always been like that, wanting to kill you Jakes. Let's go to Ezekiel 35, verse 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it." All right, so we're supposed to prophesy against you devils. Mount Seir is Esau, Edom, or Idumea. All right. And today, the main place of you Edomites is going to be not only the UN, but also mainly the United States. This is the United States is these devils' pride and joy. It says, "And say unto it, Thus said the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make it most desolate." Yep, it's going to be desolate by war, civil war, race wars, all these different wars, food wars, the plagues, biological warfare, all these diseases. And at the end, it's going to be made desolate through nuclear destruction. And that's what's going to actually cleanse all that destruction. It's going to turn this place into complete ashes. All right. It says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred." Yeah, that hatred is everlasting. Ever since Esau had his blessing stolen by Jacob, he's had that hatred in him ever since. Thousands of years, Esau has felt the same way about you people. And you still think this dude is your friend. It says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." So basically, the Lord is going to do to you what you did to the Israelites, Esau. The Lord is going to do that to you. That's what he's saying. And this whole chapter 35 of Ezekiel is dedicated to the Lord describing how he's going to destroy you. All because how much you hate your brother Jacob. All right. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's talking about the rest of this is just talking about the destruction of Esau, Edom, and hey, that's coming. But Esau is going to come down with that great wrath first. This devil, you can read that in Revelations 12:12. He's going to come down with this great wrath. He's going to try and put all you people up under control with the C-hip, the implant. Those that don't take it, he's going to try and throw you into a concentration camp. Hey, these things are coming. All right. So I pray this was edifying to those that's listening and paying attention and have faith in his word and his truth. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. That will honor to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. Shalom.